Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at a really cool spice pick in the Love Cup, XL Corsola. These battles were submitted by a member of the community, so many thanks for the battle submission. Corsola is a water and rock type Pokemon with the moveset of Bubble, Bubble Beam, and Rock Blast. Corsola does require a lot of XL candy to be usable in the Great League, with this one being level 48.5. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out XL Corsola in action in the Love Cup. Hopping to the first match, sending Ariados into Medicham. Pretty neutral lead overall, but if Ariados does shield the first Psychic, those lunge debuffs will add up quite significantly, and they do tilt the matchup into Ariados' favor. Going for the first lunge, Medicham can easily survive it, and Medicham will reach the Psychic before Ariados is able to reach a second lunge. Ariados does commit the shield and is now in a very good position. Going for lunge number 2, Medicham decides to let it through. Ariados taking no chances of a second Psychic. They're going for the cross poison to either get the KO or grab the shield, and Medicham goes down. In comes Magcargo, and he's going to save switch into Lickitung. The goal of the save switch is to bait out the final Pokemon, so that way Corsola will be aligned with Magcargo in the endgame, and it does just that. Lickitung farming up a bunch of energy, going for the Body Slam bait, hoping to grab the shield, able to grab the shield. Can they get to the Power Whip? Yes, they can, as the final waterfall goes through, able to get to the Power Whip, and that does big damage onto a Alomomola. And from here, this should be a pretty straightforward game. Going to shield up the Psychic that would be doing super effective damage, and going to be going for the Cross Poison. Cross Poison will not KO, but it will get the Alomomola quite low, and now in comes Corsola. Corsola able to farm down, and this is Magcargo's worst nightmare, as Bubble Beam, not typically a move known for its big damage, is going to be hitting for double super effective damage. This Rock Tomb or Stone Edge is going to be debuffed and only neutral, and Corsola has quite a lot of bulk to it, and now going for the Bubble Beam. Let's see that Bubble Beam damage. Bubble Beam actually does a considerable amount of damage, farming down, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, picking up a pretty neutral lead, Ariados into Electrode. Ariados will outpace, they overfarm by 1, and they end up losing CMP. That is an IV-dependent CMP, so the Electrode must have a couple attack points as they are able to win it. Going for the lunge, lunge will do a solid amount of damage. Ariados will be able to outpace, and this lunge is going to be more than enough to KO if the Electrode decides not to shield, and they let themselves go down, and in comes Talonflame. Talonflame will get a considerable farm here, but Ariados is going to be able to reach both a lunge, and they should be able to reach the cross poison as well, just before that Incinerate registers, and this will get that Talonflame low if they decide not to shield, so the Talonflame is absolutely loaded on energy, but in comes Corsola, and the final Pokemon is revealed to be Slowbro. This is a very nice matchup for Lickitung, as the Licks absolutely tear through Slowbro. Going to commit the shield on the Psychic, and honestly, this Lick damage is adding up so much that Lickitung just has to go for Body Slams in this matchup. Going for Body Slam number 1, able to grab the shield, and now going to be going for Body Slam number 2. Very nice timing as well to prevent any extra moves from sneaking through. Trying to get to the third one, just not able to get there, so now it is all up to Corsola to close out the match. In comes Corsola. Corsola farming up a decent amount. They are going to be going for the Rock Blast. Rock Blast is going to be taking care of the Slowbro. And then what is Talonflame going to do? They have all that energy, but it is all resisted. Corsola able to get to the Rock Blast, taking out the Talonflame, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, sending Ariados into Charizard. Terrible lead, gonna save switch immediately into Lickitung, and it is a Dragon Breath Charizard. Ideally, you're hoping that the Charizard does switch out here, but unfortunately, it does look like they are going to stay in. Thankfully, Charizard is very glassy in the Great League, so the Body Slam plus Licks are really going to add up. Calls the bait, gets hit with the Blast Burn, which is unfortunate. Lickitung will be able to grab a shield here or win switch. Opponent will commit the shield, and they're going to be able to Dragon Breath down to win switch. Charizard does have quite a bit of energy. Do you bring in the Corsola to tank energy? No, they are going to bring in the Ariados. This is a tough call. They're committing the shield. Is it enough? No, they are short, and it is just the Dragon Claw. Ariados is able to farm down, and it's Wormadam. This is very bad. Going for the lunge to debuff it, and now it's all up to Corsola, and it's Licky Licky in the back, and this is not great, because Shadow Ball from Licky Licky will do a considerable amount of damage, even to a bulky Pokemon like Corsola. Corsola now going to be going for the Rock Blast. Rock Blast is its hardest hitting move, even though it doesn't hit particularly hard, but honestly still able to do a decent amount of damage. Going to let them move through. Oh no, the Licky Licky's running Earthquake, and that is going to be game over. That is absolutely tragic. I didn't even know Licky Licky learned Earthquake. Licky Licky with the Spice moveset, able to take down Corsola, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Ariados into Slowbro. This is not a great lead, as Confusion is doing massive damage to Ariados. Ariados overfarms quite a bit, taking a lot of damage in the process, and they're going for the lunge. Lunge, able to grab a shield, they defer the Confusion onto Lickitung, and Lickitung is met with a heap more. You absolutely love to see it. Season of Spice in full effect. Heap more going for the Thunder Punch, but that does not do a lot of damage to the bulky Lickitung. Lickitung farming up a ton of energy and going for the Body Slam. Body Slam does get heap more quite low, and you can honestly just shield up and commit to the farm down here. Lickitung actually lets it through. Can they farm down? Yes, they can. Surviving on 1 HP. Absolutely calculated. Back in comes the Slowbro. Lickitung able to deny the Confusion and get off both Body Slams. This second Body Slam is going to be getting that Slowbro quite low. Slowbro does commit the shield. Ariados does have the Cross Poison loaded, and they're going to be going for the Cross Poison straight away. Cross Poison does take out the Slowbro. What is in the back? It is a Lomomola, and going for the lunge, and then it is going to be Corsola time. Lunge lands, and the opponent concedes the match. Hopping to the next match, leading Ariados into Sunny Cherum. Fantastic lead. Opponent safe switches into Slowbro, and going to go for the lunge before swapping out. Unfortunately, Slowbro was able to get a Confusion through, grabs the shield with the lunge, and then brings in Corsola. I do like the decision of bringing in Corsola here, so that way you don't have to worry about it being aligned with the Cherum in the endgame. Going to be going for the Rock Blast. Rock Blast, of course, doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but all chip damage helps here. And going for Rock Blast number 2. Unfortunately, these Confusions are doing quite a bit of damage onto Corsola. Corsola able to get it low with the Rock Blast. Can they get there? Oh, they fall just short, as the Slowbro is able to reach a Psychic and take them out. Going to bring in Ariados. Ariados able to farm down, and we'll have to see what the final Pokemon is. They're not going to be bringing in Cherum with an energy disadvantage. The final Pokemon is revealed to be Magcargo, and that is absolutely heartbreaking, because if they had brought in Lickitung and played it out and kept Switch, then they would have been in a really good position. Bringing back in the Cherum, able to connect with the Body Slam. Sunny Cherum farming up and going to be going for the Weather Ball. Thankfully, Weather Ball does not do a whole lot of damage in this matchup. Lickitung is incredibly bulky and going to be spamming out these Body Slams. Second Body Slam is going to be getting that Cherum quite low. Cherum able to reach one last move, but at this point, you just have to save the shield. Weather Ball, not doing a whole lot. Lickitung able to farm down. Back in comes Magcargo. Magcargo is going to be able to load up on energy. Going for the bait here. This is very risky. Trying to grab the shield, and they call it. That is really unfortunate. And now going for Body Slam number 2. This should hopefully grab the shield. It does not. Lickitung able to do a ton of damage, and now aggressively switching back into the Ariados. From here, Ariados should just be able to poison this thing down. Throws the move to get the 1 extra damage from the shield. Overheat takes them out. Able to lick down, and that's a good game. Hopping to the next match, leading Ariados into the Mirror. This Mirror match can often be determined by who wins CMP, as whoever is able to land the first debuff, which in this case looks to be the opponent, is typically able to win the match. Of course, no need to shield lunge. Lunge is going to be resisted, and as more and more lunges are thrown, the lunges are going to do less and less damage. Able to get off this second lunge here. Unsure if it's a coin flip CMP or if the opponent just overfarmed. Looks like they did overfarm, which I believe is a mistake. If you win CMP, you may as well keep throwing on CMP in this matchup, so that way you're always able to debuff. As you can see, they are able to win the CMP tie. Lunge won't KO here. The opponent actually goes for a cross poison bait. They're going to be able to go for the lunge, able to grab a shield, and in comes Scizor to farm down, not able to reach a lunge, so will be forced to go for Cross Poison. Cross Poison isn't going to be doing a whole lot of damage, and Ariados is farmed down. Scizor is going to be met with Lickitung. Lickitung does have a massive bulk advantage in this matchup, as they're able to tank move after move, no problem, whereas the licks really add up on Scizor. Scizor going for Night Slash, followed by the X-Scissor. That is not enough to KO. Overfarming as much as they can, but Scizor is able to reach another move, and at this health range, Lickitung is going to need to commit the shield. Body Slam is resisted, but should do a solid chunk of damage. Scizor respects it, and in the back, it is Talonflame, and Talonflame is going to be absolutely eviscerated by XL Corsola. Brave Bird, that is totally fine. They're going to be going for the Rock Blast. Rock Blast is going to be more than enough to take out the Talonflame. And let's see, does the Ariados come back in? Because Ariados does not want to take a Rock Blast either. In comes Scizor. Scizor is going to be hit with the Rock Blast. Rock Blast should be taking out the Scizor. In comes Ariados. Ariados going to be taken out by the Rock Blast. Corsola able to fully sweep in the back. And that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, hitting Ariados into Galarian Slowbro. This lead depends on the moveset of Galarian Slowbro. If they're running Psychic, obviously they'll be able to hit for massive super effective damage, making this a lot worse of a matchup for Ariados. Ariados doing what Ariados does best, counting to 5 and going straight for the lunge, going to respect a potential Psychic, and that ends up being a very good call as this Slowbro is running Psychic. Going to overfarm slightly and go for the lunge. This should just about take out the Slowbro. Slowbro will commit the shield. Ariados so spammy with Poison Sting, able to reach yet another lunge. Able to grab the second shield, goes for the catch onto Lickitung. Slowbro farms up extra energy and now brings in Alomomola. Unfortunately for the opponent, this is not a great matchup for Alomomola when they're down shields and down on energy. Power Whip number 1 does massive damage. Lickitung able to reach a second Power Whip. This is going to be taking out the Alomomola. So Slowbro has a ton of leftover energy, but the third Pokemon comes in and it is Ariados. Lickitung going straight for the Body Slam. This will do quite a bit of damage onto the Ariados since it has no shields remaining. Ariados farming up as much as they can. Lunge will not KO here. They actually go for the Cross Poison. Recognizing that it's not going to be enough, they're forced to go for another Cross Poison to take it out. And now it is all up to Corsola to try and close out the match. Corsola can tank whatever they decide to throw here. They go for the Cross Poison. That is resisted. Corsola is going to keep farming up. Even if they actually go for the lunge, that's still not going to be doing a ton of damage. Corsola able to survive. Back in comes the Galarian Slowbro, but they're not able to get off the move. They overtapped, and now Corsola is going to be able to close out the match. Bubble Beam taking care of the Ariados, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, letting Ariados into Magcargo, absolutely terrible lead. Going to instantly save switch into Lickitung, and the opponent responds with Electrode. Electrode throws after 3. This is just a discharge, so honestly, Lickitung doesn't have to shield here. Lickitung tanks a discharge, no problem, and is going to be able to farm up to the back-to-back Body Slams. This is big because Lickitung will be able to force a shield if the opponent wants to keep switch advantage. Going for the Body Slam just before they reach another discharge. And the opponent actually lets it through. The opponent gives up switch, which is massive. And that is why, because they have 2 fire types remaining. They have Talonflame and they have Magcargo. But that means that Corsola is in a prime position to sweep. Talonflame does not want to get hit with another Body Slam, and they go for the Flame Charge right away. And now it's time for Corsola to sweep. This is just a Flame Charge, double resisted. Corsola can tank it. They actually decide to shield there, maybe wanting to try and preserve some health because Corsola is going to need to sweep because Ariados has absolutely no play. Going for the Bubble Beam bait, able to grab a shield, which is very nice. And now this is tough. Brave Bird will do a decent amount of damage here, but he's going to save the shield for a potential Stone Edge. and back in comes Magcargo. Magcargo is running Rock Throw, which is worse for this matchup, but Bubble Beam does quite a bit of damage, able to reach a second Bubble Beam, and down goes Magcargo. Now the question is, can they farm down the Talonflame? This is going to be close. Corsola able to farm down the Talonflame, closing strong, and that is a good game. All in all, these were some incredibly cool battles. I personally don't live in a region where Corsola spawns, so I really appreciate this trainer's dedication to farm up their local regional, get all those XLs, and submit battles so we could see what this Pokemon is like in battle. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you to our channel members. The support you guys provide is absolutely appreciated. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.